submit yourself to governmental authority. You pay taxes if the government says pay taxes. Somebody asks us if they tell you not to open your business and you open it, are you doing wrong? I said, you're going to decide that yourself. These are matters of conscience. Some people are going to be faced with getting a vaccine they don't want to have. What are you going to do? You have a right to refuse if that's your conscience. Then you think about the women who were asked to kill the babies in the time of Moses, and they refused to do that. The government said you have to kill all the firstborn males, and they didn't do it. Were they obeying what Paul said here, Peter said here? Of course they were. Obviously, if you're asked to bow down to the statue of Nebuchadnezzar, and the punishment is to go into the fire, then you go in the fire, and they did. God preserved them. So there are issues where you do not obey the government. Generally speaking, you must, and you must pay your taxes. You must drive on the correct side of the road, and all of that's good common sense. The government then has the authority to punish, and you don't. You are not part of that system. In 11, it says exactly that. You are aliens and strangers. He answers your question right here in verse 11. Beloved, in verse 11, you are aliens, you're foreigners in a foreign land. The worst sort of punishment that Paul ever threatened a Christian with was excommunication. Put that wicked man out of your congregation, excommunication. He didn't say kill him. In fact, he hoped that by handing him over to Satan, the man might come to his senses. That's the worst that Paul could do. He never, ever suggested killing a recalcitrant person. It's not a difficult thing. You said it's not a conundrum at all. It's not difficult. It's simple. You are not the government. The government bears the sword. You don't. What's difficult about that? Nothing. I don't want conundrums and difficulties. I want clarity. You're not the government, so don't use the sword. It seems to me very straightforward, black and white. Those dear ladies who were asked to kill the babies, they didn't say, oh, this is a terrible conundrum, we don't understand it. Oh, yes, they did. They said, we cannot do that because God said we shouldn't. That's all it is. That could be then a confusion of God with Satan's kingdoms. That's very dangerous. We're trying to correct that. So keep your behavior excellent among the Gentiles, and you're going to be slandered. Of course you are. We earlier read, you're not to slander other people, but they're going to slander you. And they slandered John the Baptist. He was demon-possessed. They slandered Jesus. He was demon-possessed, they said. Do something government says you shouldn't do, then you accept the punishment. Right. You may have to go and be punished and go to jail for your standing against the government, and you go to jail.